按照他们说是这里举行我们大地举行公安的，是一辆两辆的这里个不下个的。
On July 5th, a breach occurred at the dike of Dongting Lake in Huarong County, Yueyang City, Hunan Province. This breach led to a rapid influx of floodwaters into nearby villages, causing widespread chaos and forcing local residents to flee their homes in the middle of the night. According to multiple media reports, the breach happened around 4 p.m. at the Tuanzhou Embankment along Dongting Lake. Initially, the breach was only 10 meters wide. Despite immediate and extensive efforts by the authorities, who used trucks filled with sand and 2 dredging vessels to attempt to seal the breach, the width expanded to nearly 100 meters within just over an hour, leading to a failed attempt to control the situation. The official reports indicate that the width of the breach has exceeded 150 meters, with significant ramifications for the surrounding areas. All roads leading in and out of Huarong County have been closed, creating a logistical nightmare and complicating evacuation efforts. More than 5,000 residents from 6 nearby villages have been forced to evacuate overnight in a desperate bid to escape the advancing floodwaters. As of 11 a.m. on July 6th, the water level difference between the inside and outside of the breach was a mere 0.1 meters, indicating a severe and continuous inflow of water. The breach itself had extended to 226 meters in length. The floodwaters were fierce and relentless, pouring into the villages adjacent to the dike, submerging and destroying homes with alarming speed. Upon hearing the news of the breach, villagers quickly took action to evacuate, but the speed and volume of the floodwaters were such that within just a few hours, they had risen above the rooftops.
现在是凌晨的3点钟，我们现在赶往下一个救援地点，加油！
Disturbing videos captured the scene as lake water rapidly rushed into the villages, with residents scrambling to evacuate. Many were forced to abandon electrical appliances and large household items on the roads. Some people were seen carrying small suitcases and walking with young children in tow, while others used tricycles to transport elderly family members and whatever belongings they could manage to save. The sheer volume of evacuating vehicles caused severe road congestion, exacerbating the situation. Other footage showed villagers who had not been able to evacuate in time, trapped on rooftops and awaiting rescue. The failure of the initial containment efforts can be traced to several critical points. Videos circulating online show that when the breach first occurred, it was only about 10 meters wide. However, instead of organizing a response using sandbags or stones, the local government attempted to seal the breach with loose sand.
已经达到了救援现场，但是讲搿点物资暂时进口不得啊，暂时进口不得。这个尚德的、长沙的、汨罗的、岳阳的。
华容县团州大地抗风抢险现场，湖南省所有地区的消防武警全部到位。
This method proved ineffective, and as trucks loaded with sand were pushed into the breach, they were quickly swept away by the powerful floodwaters. The breach widened to over 150 meters within a short period. The videos depict a section of the Dongting Lake dike with a breach several meters wide, where multiple trucks filled with sand were thrown into the gap, only to be carried away by the water. The lake water gushed through the wide breach, flooding fields and rushing toward the villages with tremendous force.
这个袋子的质量很好啊，这个沙的质量也好，前连湖。
As the situation developed, the local authorities initiated emergency response protocols, but the scale of the disaster presented enormous challenges.
他们是干嘛去的？都是到我们团州那里去救援的啊！现在团州已经缺堤了。
走到哪里碰到水了以后，他就返回，你就停进去，停在这里。好，
我先说一下，我只能从这里。
The floodwaters continued to surge through the breach, making immediate containment impossible. Rescue operations were quickly organized, with teams working around the clock to evacuate residents and provide emergency aid. By the morning of July 6th, the breach had become a critical issue of national concern. High-ranking officials visited the site to oversee the response efforts and to provide support to the affected residents. Emergency shelters were established to house the evacuees, and supplies of food, water, and medical aid were rapidly distributed. Despite these efforts, the scale of the flooding posed severe logistical challenges, and many residents faced significant hardships as they sought safety. The environmental impact of the breach is also of significant concern. The rapid influx of water into agricultural areas has the potential to devastate local crops, leading to economic losses for the farming communities. As of now, the water levels inside and outside the breach at Dongting Lake have equalized, and the work to seal the breach has officially begun. Experts estimate that this project will take about 4 days. The efforts to close the breach involve a coordinated approach, using heavy machinery, sandbags, and other materials to build a temporary barrier. Long-term solutions are also being considered to reinforce the dike and improve the overall flood management system in the region.